I just watched an out-of-this-world performance against the alien. I just watched the most underappreciated, underrespected, outside of Oklahoma City and people who really know inside the NBA, player in the history of basketball. I just watched that player, the most underloved player outside of Oklahoma City and Thunder Nation, that I've ever closely observed, take over a win or else game 2 in his house against a player who over the last 48 hours was crowned as the greatest player who's ever played the game of basketball. That's all I heard for 48 hours, and thankfully that was all the Oklahoma City Thunder heard for 48 freaking hours. Victor Wembanyama is the alien. He's unstoppable. He's 41 points and 24 rebounds. He made the tying 3 from Mars. And I kept saying, wait a second. As unstoppable as he was, as unbeatable as he was, in game 1, the Thunder had 4 late shots, 1 by SGA in regulation, 3 late in the first overtime of game 1, 1 by A.J. Mitchell, 2 by J-Dub. Any of these shots could have won the game. Any of those 4 shots, if converted, win the game. And the alien had nothing to do with those misses. He didn't bother any one of those 4 shots. Make one and the Thunder are now up 2-0 because the Thunder are a little better than the Spurs, who are really, really, really good. And yet, I just watched Shai Gilgeous-Alexander do what I watched him do all year long, a year ago and this season, especially this season without his second best player, without his all-star, Jalen Williams, who's now gone again, without J-Dub for much of the year. J-Dub played 33 games and then tried to play in the playoffs and has missed the last month. Tried to come back for game 1. He was not right. Tried to play tonight and he definitely was not right, and he was out. And it looked bad to me, and I'm sure he's gone. And it's a huge loss because in Game 5 last year of the NBA Finals, the crucial, pivotal, turning point Game 5 in Oklahoma City, J-Dub scored 40 points because he's capable of scoring 40. So SGA went solo. He flew solo all year long and had an even better year than he had the previous year when he also, of course, won the MVP. Only this year he added Clutch Player of the Year. He was the Clutch Player of the Year because if you look at the numbers, he led in every single major clutch category. Go look him up. Every single one he led this year. Game after game, they'd be in trouble, and he would just say, calm down, I got this. I got this. He led the league in two-point jump shooting at 58%, and tonight, when it mattered most, he clutched up from mid-range. Shot after shot after thank you shot. He's unbelievably pure, especially from 2. He didn't make a 3 tonight, 0 for 3. He's not a big three-point shooter, although he's improved his three-point shooting percentage 4 straight years. And watch, when needed most in these games that are upcoming, 2 in San Antonio, he will make, remember I said this, he will make big clutch threes when necessary. Watch. He had 9 assists tonight, and he's not a point guard. He's up against the toughest defender he's seen, and he saw a tough defender in the last round. He saw Marcus Smart, a former defensive player of the year with the Celtics. And tonight, because of all the internet babble and lunacy about what a free throw merchant SGA is. The refs read it, they hear it, they get infected by it. For all I know, they got a memo about it that SGA's the free throw merchant. He gets every call. He got none tonight. How about none tonight? He shot 6 free throws, and of course he made all 6. Thank you very much. Stephon Castle played football. High level, full contact, extremely physical, nasty defensive football playing on SGA. You could have called a foul on Stephon Castle every single time down the floor. And I will give you this. The Spurs were without De'Aaron Fox, and then they lost Dylan Harper. And I love both of them. But they ain't Dub. Trust me, they're just not that guy. Dub is more important to SGA than those two combined are to Wemby. Book it. Take it to your bank. That's how good he is. He made second team all defense a year ago as well as the all-star team. And now we're without him, and now against Stephon Castle and hard double teams every time down the floor. And look what Dagnall and Sam Presti came up with. They finally figured out, okay, let somebody else, anybody else. Now A.J. Mitchell took a shot to the thigh, knee in the thigh. I don't know, I hope he's okay. At least he sort of limped off. At least he was moving without help. God, do they need him? But whoever needed to handle the ball would handle it up top, and SGA would go camp in the lane behind Hartenstein or Chet, let the clock tick down, and then he would come off an internal pick, a lane pick, and flash out to the elbow and get the ball and turn mostly on Castle, take a hard dribble and shoot his patented. It's just so pure from... Nobody shoots mid-range Jays anymore except 7-foot Kevin Durant, right? Shea is 6 feet 6 inches tall and dominates. When it was time tonight, he took over a game that they were threatening to lose again because they missed 3 free throws in the fourth quarter. Chet missed 1, Hartenstein missed 2. But I still love the way this whole team played for and around SGA. Yep, they knew it. They couldn't fall into a 0-2 hole going to San Antonio. They did this last year. They lost to Joker and the Nuggets game 1 in Oklahoma City and bounced back and sucked it up and won game 2 because that's who they are. They got a championship backbone as this team. You want to talk about high title character? This team has title character. It'll fight you any way you want to fight. And I loved it tonight that both Hartenstein and sometimes Chet took Wemby because they have to. You can't keep playing Caruso and Dort on him. He just posts up. He posted on Caruso a couple times tonight when they switched. One time Caruso broke it up, and God, thank God for Alex Caruso. He just creates such energy. He made 3 out of 4 threes. And yet, Hartenstein, he got physical with Wemby. Poor Wemby, he's getting held, he's getting held. Look, watch Castle every single possession. Every single possession, Stephon Castle fouls SGA. Trust me, every single time down the floor, he fouls him. They don't call it because he's the free throw merchant. He shot 6 free throws. He got the you-know-what beat out of him tonight. And then he beat the you-know-what out of the Spurs in the fourth quarter. Shot after big shot after big shot. Free throw after free throw. He's the best player on the planet. I'm sorry, I keep arguing with the guys in the arena, with Kenyon Martin, who loves Joker. I mean, SGA, yeah, he ran away with his second straight MVP because his team finished 10 games ahead of Denver. Joker had Jamal for 75 games this year, this past regular season. 75 games, and Jamal averaged 25 points a game. No J-Dub. And when J-Dub did play early in the year, he's coming off double wrist surgery. Had to have it done twice. And wasn't sure. Just wasn't sure. He was a shell of himself. Has been all year. I thought maybe he'd flash back into health and dominance in this series because they need him so badly. And yet, the best player on the planet said, no, I got you. I got this tonight. And Hartenstein bothered Wemby, alien, bothered him. Chet took him one time in the first half, late in the half, and blocked his shot because Chet's capable. He's 7'1", and he can jump a little bit. He's got a little spring to him. And he showed me a little bit of manhood tonight, just a couple ounces of it. I liked what SGA said right after the game. He's asked by NBC on the floor, you like the way Hartenstein played Wemby? And he looked up at the totals. Wemby had 21 and 17 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 blocks. He's really good, but he's not better than SGA. But SGA looked at that and said, no. Interviewer said, well, please explain. It was pretty good. He knows it has to be better when they go to San Antonio. He's not going to crown Hartenstein or Chet just yet because nobody knows better how long this road is going to be. The Thunder are going to win this in 7 games. I said it from the start. They will win it in 7. Obviously, they have to go figure out how to win a game in San Antonio. But I remind you again, not only did they lose to Joker in Game 1 at home last year, but in the NBA Finals, they lost to an incredible shot by an incredible player who then finally tore his Achilles. And the Pacers, yep, they lost Game 1. And in both those series against Denver and Indiana, they fell behind 2-1, both of them. High basketball character. High refuse to lose. High, okay, calm down, we got this because he got this. Man, he is the leader of this team, and Wemby, in ways Wemby is not yet the leader of the Spurs. Wemby played very well tonight, but it wasn't 41 and 24. And the Spurs led by 11 at half. And then without J-Dub, losing J-Dub in the second half, they won the game by 9. They were, as I tweeted right before the game, somehow they're 7.5-point favorites at home. The odds makers know. The world says Wemby, the alien, we've never seen anything like this before. He's going to win 20 straight championships. I don't think he's going to win this one. He might win the next 20, but he's not going to win this one because the Spurs are going to win this series in 7 games. Stephon Castle, again, yes, he has to sub at point guard, but they got other ball handlers. I don't know. He's just wild with the basketball. He's wild on defense and wild on offense, and he can't shoot threes. He's 1 of 6 from threes, but we knew that going in. Dare him to shoot, dare him to dribble, dare him to attack. He's playing bully ball all night. But if he's going to drive it, about half the time, Cason Wallace or AJ or Jared McCain or somebody's going to get a hand on the basketball and it's going to get loose. He had 9 more turnovers tonight. What do you have? 11 in the first. So he's got 20 turnovers in 2 games. It's not just because he can't play point guard. No, he's in attack mode. He's driving hellaciously. He is all out and sometimes all out of control. And the Spurs are saying, okay, we have the antidote for that. Half the time we'll just take it away from him. That's what happened. That's not about being a point guard. That's about being a 2-guard driver of the basketball. That's who these Thunder are. And they turn you over and they smoke you with pot. I don't smoke pot, but I watch them smoke you with pot, as in P-O-T, points off turnovers. Points off turnovers. And they did it again tonight. They ran away with points off turnovers. If they turn you over, if you spit it up, you better look out, because they are going the other way, and much of the time they're going to dunk it. And Stephon Castle had the dunk of the night. It was fierce. It was nasty. It was by far the biggest highlight of the entire playoffs. And it counted 2. And it happened in the first half. And Wemby had 21 and 17. He's really good. But is that alien production? Did he and he alone blow the Thunder off their home court? He did not. And I said in the arena today, he will not. My man Rashad McCants. Oh, Wemby's the alien. We've never seen anything like him before. I don't think we've seen anything like SGA. I told him that the Thunder would get sick and tired of hearing this, and they would figure out ways. Daigneault is really good. Sam Presti contributes to the strategy of this team. They are really, really smart. And they finally decided, we got 2 big guys. They're just going to have to play defense. We can't trick it up. We can't try to undercut Wemby, because he'll just post us up and finger roll like Wilt over us, which he did in Game 1. As I said, after Game 1, yeah, he pulled up from 3 after the J-Dub miss. If J-Dub makes that shot, the game's over and the Thunder up 2-0. But gave Wemby a chance, and to his credit, he pulled up and made a 3. He's a 35% three-point shooter. As I said, give me game 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if Wemby wants to pull up and take a late 3 to tie the game, I'm all in. I can live with that, because he makes 35% of his threes. So please fire away, Wemby. I love that. Shoot those threes from Mars. I love that. Spurs still made a ton of threes tonight. They're really good. But when it really mattered the most, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did it again. And yet the world despises him, and they despise the Thunder. I grew up in Oklahoma City, and I loved this Thunder team. I did not love the Durant, Westbrook, Harden Thunder. I tried in 2011, 2012. They alienated me. I got alienated by those Thunder. Durant was all over me. Westbrook was all over me. I don't know, Harden's not all over anybody. I don't even know. He's from another planet. That's what he is. But I just couldn't love any of those 3, and I think I've been proven correct over time. They're unlovable, all 3 of them. This team, extremely lovable, but only to the city limits of the city I grew up in. Past that, the NBA world wants this team to go away. The memo is out. Don't give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander another call. He's the free throw merchant. Now the refs are doing everything in their power to make the Thunder go away, because nobody loves the Thunder, and I don't know why. I don't know why they don't love SGA. It stands for so good again. So good again. And when they needed him most, he outplayed the alien. Bottom line tonight, so good again outplays alien. That's all you need to know. And now we go on to game 3. If history holds with this still young team, they'll lose 3 and win 4. Do I give them a shot in game 3? You better believe I do. They slowly but surely figure you out. SGA always says, I know the answers. First, I got to see what the test is. I got to see. So he's figuring him out. He'll figure out Stephon Castle. He'll wear him out mentally and physically over 7 games. Game 7 will be back in Oklahoma City, and the clutch player of the year will win that game. So good again. Thank you, sir.